Hey Adventurers, today is going to be kind of a TBR of sorts, but it's really just the next 5 books that we plan on reading.
So we stopped doing TBRs a while ago because I didn't like being restricted to whatever books I'd said I was going to read. It felt like too many rules. I didn't like that. So it's been a while since we've done a TBR, and this time these are books that we've been meaning to get to for a while, and we know, okay, this is kind of next on my list. This is what I'm going to be shooting towards. So yeah,
Yep.
Imminent TBR pile.
The first book I have on my list is The Once and Future King by T.H. White. This is a book that I've intended on reading for I don't know how many years now. I don't own a copy of it. This is my brother's edition, but I would really like to read it, and I just, after reading Sir Gawain and the Green Knight last month, I think it was, I just really wanted to read another King Arthur story and to do some more research, I guess, into that world. And The Once and Future King is praised and acclaimed as one of the best King Arthur novels there is. So, yeah.
The first book that I'm going to be talking about is Aragon by Christopher Paolini. I have had this book in my bookshelf for several months now, and I do think I'm going to like it based on its reputation, so I'm eager to give that one a try, and I think I'm going to be trying that out soon. It's been a while since I've read a fantasy, so.
The next one I've got is book 4 of the Giver Quartet. This is Sun. This is one that I wanted to have read last year. I was trying to read each of the books in the Giver Quartet between a Stormlight Archive book, but things got out of hand and I ran out of time, so I ended up just pushing off Sun, and I haven't gotten to get back to it yet. So I would really like to get to Sun, and I don't know if I'm going to like this book or not. I liked the first 2 books in this quartet, and I didn't love the third one, but now I have a little bit more of an understanding of what to expect maybe from Sun, so I'm hoping that I'll enjoy it.
The next book I'm going to be trying to get to soon is By the Pricking of My Thumbs by Agatha Christie. I've tried a couple of her books, and this one I own a copy of, and the title is actually based off of or directly from the Shakespeare play Macbeth. So I am By the Pricking of My Thumbs, Something Wicked This Way Comes, which is enough intrigue for me to try to be interested in the book. I don't know if I've read, it's a Tommy and Tuppence mystery, and yeah, I haven't read any of them, so yeah, excited for that.
So on that same note, I have had Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie in my shelf for, I don't remember, it's been probably 8 months now, almost a year I'm thinking. And it's one that I've really, really wanted to read, but I just haven't gotten to it yet because I've got other things that I either pull forward or replace it with, stuff like that. So I haven't gotten to this one yet, but I would really like to get to it as soon as I can, sometime soon here.
The next book on my list is Shadow by Kara Swanson. This is book 2 of the Heirs of Neverland series, and I mentioned this recently, and I got my copy in the mail yesterday, so I'm pretty excited. I loved Death, and I think that I'm going to love Shadow too.
Then I've got Sitka by Louis L'Amour. I think I've mentioned this a couple times recently that I've wanted to read it, and it's one that I have planned to read. It's set in Alaska, so there's that. It's also Louis L'Amour, which I really enjoy, and there's just a lot of things going for it that makes me want to read it, but I also just haven't gotten to it yet. It's never been super high priority for me until recently, and so now I'm wanting to read it as soon as I can. I don't know a whole lot about it other than that it's set in Alaska.
So the 4th book on my list is Inside Out and Back Again by, I don't know, Thanale. He'll put the title on the screen when he edits. I read this. It's about a girl who moves to America from Vietnam, and it's a big culture difference. I read this a long time ago, and I really loved it, and I want to read it again. It's written in prose style, which is super interesting, and it's a great way to tell a story. So I'm really excited to read this again. I got it at the thrift store because I haven't read it in a long time.
And the 5th book that I have on this list is Foundation by Isaac Asimov. This is another one that's been on my shelf since early on when we started BookTube, and it's been one that I have wanted to read, wanted to get to, but I haven't been able to I haven't been able to yet. But I'd like to get to it soon. I know there is a TV show coming out based on the series, which I'd like to watch, but I'd also like to read the book first, or the books, because there's more than one in the series. But I haven't gotten to it yet. It's one that I've not gotten to mostly because I'm scared I won't like it, because I haven't had a great relationship with science fiction. I tend to not enjoy it that much. Maybe it's just because I haven't had great examples or at least I haven't enjoyed I don't know. But for whatever reason, I haven't gotten to this one yet, and I would like to see if I even enjoy it.
And the last book on my list is Zoro by Isabel Allende. I have never heard of this book before. I saw it and I picked it up. I'm familiar with a couple of quotes by Isabel Allende that I really like, and I've also been on a weird Zoro kick, just thinking about things, thinking about Batman and Zoro, how they're practically the same. So Zoro's been in my mind a lot, plus I watched Zoro as a kid, so I'm interested to try this. It's a big book, which is very daunting to me. I'm scared that I'm going to start reading it and it's going to be boring. And I don't like reading a boring book, especially when it's a big book, because I have a hard time DNFing things. So hopefully it's good. I should look up ratings before I decide. But yeah, I'll probably pick that up just because I've been on such a Zoro kick lately. And that's our TBR, our imminent TBR for you all. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any thoughts on our books, let us know down in the comments below.
These, of course, aren't hard and set books that we are going to read next. They're just ones that we'd really like to get to as soon as we can. Hopefully soon, but may not be.
Thanks for watching an Erudite adventure.
We post videos every Monday and Thursday. We will see you guys again soon. Stay well.